What's up people, and welcome back to Philosophy 101, the series where I actually put my undergrad and master's degrees to good use to help you guys understand some cool philosophical concepts. On today's episode, we'll be looking at the faultless disagreement paradox. And just for some background, this was like the first essay I actually sat down and wrote for my master's course. So it's kind of where things got a little bit crazy, where I was having to write 5,000 word essays, have to do lots more research. So it's safe to say I spent a lot of time trying to figure out and wrap my head around this paradox. And because of the amount of time I actually spent trying to wrap my head around this, there are lots of different responses and solutions that people have posited, and this comment that suggested that you guys might enjoy these episodes being maybe split up to give you a little bit more depth. I'm actually going to split this up over 4 parts, with the first one just being the setting out of the paradox, and then the next 3 being the most prominent responses. Anyway, a disagreement is just where people assert contradictory statements that result in them just failing to agree. Now, if we accept the law of exclude the middle, which is widely accepted across philosophy, then for any proposition, either it is true or its negation is true. There is no middle ground or third option. That means that in theory, in any disagreement, somebody's assertion is faulty, and that is cause of the disagreement. But a faultless disagreement occurs when people assert those contradictory statements, but you can't confidently say that either of those statements are faulty. But what does that even mean, you might ask? Well, in a regular disagreement, it's often pretty clear who has made a mistake. Let's say I assert that the Earth is flat, and Florian Wirtz comes around and says, nah, bro, what are you talking about? The Earth is obviously round. But because the nature of the discussion is objective, it's very safe to say that I'm the one that's in the wrong because the Earth is obviously round. But not all disagreements are objective. Imagine I say to Florian, basketball is fun, but he turns around and says, nah, bro, basketball is not fun. It appears like we're having a disagreement about how fun basketball is, but it isn't exactly clear who's in the wrong or which one of our statements is incorrect. And that is because there is no objective fact of the matter about how fun basketball is. So you can't really say that either of us are at fault. But this completely goes against the nature of what a disagreement really is. We have the contradictory statements, yet we can't say that either of us is at fault, which means we can't say that one of our statements is true and then its negation, which is its contradictory, is false, like the law of exclude the middle would have us believe. And also, this intuitively feels like a disagreement, right? I've said something about basketball, Florian Wirtz has come around and said the complete opposite, and now we're at an impasse with disagreeing. So either we have the definition of a disagreement wrong and our intuitions about this situation are correct, or what's going on here is something completely different and is not actually a disagreement. Now, this is a problem that philosophers have been trying to figure out for a very long time, and in the next 3 parts I'm going to go over 3 of the most prominent responses and even give my verdict on each one. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this really a disagreement? Is it something else? Did we get the definition of a disagreement wrong maybe? Is even the law of exclude the middle wrong? So make sure to hit that follow button so you don't miss out on the next 3 parts, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.